Today's topic for discussion is reproduction in cycas. Cycas, it is a gymnospermic plant. Let us see the reproduction in cycas. Cycas plant it reproduces by two methods, that is vegetative reproduction takes place and sexual reproduction also takes place in cycas. Let us see the vegetative reproduction in cycas. Cycas plant, it is a xerophytic plant. It produces small bulbils on the stem. The mature plant stem shows several bulbils, and the bulbils are the small outgrowths which are mostly developed on fully mature plant in the crevices of the scaly leaves. The bulbils get detached after maturity and grow into a new adult plant. Each bulbil is protected by scale-like leaves and few foliage leaves at its tip region. And the scaly leaves and the foliage leaves gives protection to the bulbils. This is about vegetative reproduction of cycas by formation of bulbils. Let us see the sexual reproduction. The reproduction which takes place in presence of gametes, that is called sexual reproduction. The sexual reproduction takes place by forming male and female gametes and its fusion. Cycas is a dioecious plant. Di means two. Dioecious plant, that means the male plant is different and female plant is different. Female plant produces female gamete, male plant produces male gamete. Okay? The male and female gametes are developed on two separate plants. The microspores or pollen grains develop into a microsporangia. Micro means small. Sporangia, it is a sac-like structure in which microspores are developed. That structure is called microsporangium. And the megaspores develop on megasporangia. The cones or strobili, the cones are also known as strobilus. They are mostly present at the apex of the plant. Next, let us see the details of male cone of cycas. Usually only one male cone develops at the apex of the male plant, and generally the male cones are 50 cm or more in size. The male cone consists of compactly arranged sporophylls. These are also called microsporophylls because microspores are produced in the sporangia. Each microsporophyll is broad at the apex and narrow at the basal region. The narrow portion is known as apophysis. The microsporangia are situated at the lower surface, that is abaxial surface of the microsporophyll, and the upper portion is sterile. There is great variation in number of sporangia in each cone that depends on the type of species. Next, each microsporophyll may have two sporangia which are differentiated by a median line. The sporangia are united at the base. The sporangium is protected by four-layered wall, and the innermost layer of sporangium is known as tapetum. The cells of tapetum are very large in size, which supply nutrition to the developing microspores. The tapetum cells consist of large-sized nuclei. This is a nutritious layer. This supply nutrition to the developing microspores. The microspores develop by a division of microspore mother cells. The microspores are small, unicellular. Uni means one cell structure. Uninucleate, that means only one nucleus is present in that. Uninucleate structures. 4 microspores are formed from each spore mother cell by meiotic division or reductional division. In this way, a large number of microspores are formed in each sporangium. This is the this is the photograph of the microsporophyll. The microspores germinate before release, that is called in situ germination. That is, spore germinates within microsporangium. This photograph is shown. Microsporangium is there. Apophysis is shown in the photograph, and several microsporangia are shown. Okay, next. Let us see the details of female cone of cycas. The female cone or cone is also known as strobilus. The female cone or strobilus is not aggregated. The megasporophylls, they are not aggregated, they are not formed a cone-like structure. The megasporophylls are singly present. The female cones are also developed at the apex of the trunk among the crown of vegetative leaves. The megasporophyll resemble the foliage leaf. A crown of megasporophyll develop each year in between successive crown of foliage leaves. The megasporophylls develops only in the fully mature plant. Each megasporophyll bear 2 to 5 ovules, which are large and smooth. Next. This is the photograph of female cone. Female cones, they are loosely, megasporophyll, they are loosely arranged in the cone. And to the right side, as a megasporophylls are shown. Each megasporophyll is having several ovules. Next. Let us see the details of ovule of cycas. There is great variation in the size and shape of the cycas ovule. The ovule is sessile, that means it has no stalk. It has no stalk-like structure, hence it is called sessile. The ovules are sessile. Ovoid, shape is ovoid or spherical. The ovules are orthotropous in their position. Each ovule enveloped by thick integument. Integument means layer. The integument consists of 3 layers. The outer and the inner layers are fleshy and the middle layer is stony, hard. At the apex of the ovule, the integument forms a long micropyle in the apical portion, and the nucellus forms a nuclear beak-like structure. The ovule is supplied with vascular tissue at the basal region. All the ovules of megasporophyll do not develop fully. Some of them get aborted because of unpollination, because of no fertilization. Some ovules get aborted, they fell off, and some ovules which are fertilized, they develop into they develop fully. Next. Let us see the longitudinal section of mature ovule. The ovule is protected by a single integument which is very thick. It is fused with the nucellus. The integument consists of 3 distinct layers. The outer and inner layer of integument are fleshy, which are supplied by vascular strands. The middle layer of integument is stony, very hard, which is not supplied with vascular tissue. The nucellus is placed below the integument. There is a beak-like structure formed by extension of nuclear tissue, which is called nucellar beak. There is a chamber formed at the central region of the nucellar beak. This chamber is formed by disintegration of some nucellar cells. This chamber is called pollen chamber. The innermost region of the ovule is filled with the tissue of female gametophyte. There are 2 archegonia. These are female gametes. that are situated opposite to the pollen chamber. The mature ovules are orange in color. Each ovule has a small opening at the distal end which is known as micropyle. Let us see the details of megaspore. At the initial stage, all the cells of nucellus are similar in appearance. They are thin-walled and parenchymatous in nature. After some time, the nucellus becomes prominent. The large-sized cell acts as megaspore mother cell MMC in short form. The megaspore mother cell divides by meiotic division and 4 megaspores are formed. The megaspore mother cell is last stage of sporophytic generation. Out of 4 megaspores, upper 3 disappear and the basal functional megaspore increases in size. The enlarged megaspore is also known as embryo sac. Next slide. Let us see the details of female gametophyte of cycas. The megaspore increases in size and gradually continues to absorb some of the adjacent cells of nucellus. Then a free nuclear division takes place and thousands of free nuclei are formed within the megaspore. A large central vacuole is formed that pushed nuclei towards peripheral region. After the peripheral shifting of the nuclei, the wall formation takes place. The wall initiates at the periphery, that is outer region, periphery of the embryo and proceeds towards the center. Ultimately, whole of the megaspore of embryo sac fills up with cellular tissue. There are some cells in female gametophyte which contain tannin in them. This is a characteristic feature. Tannin is present. The megaspore germinates. The archegonia develops on the germinating megaspore. Next slide. Let us see the female gamete or archegonium of cycas. The mature archegonium is elongated cell. There is large nucleus at the center. The ventral canal nucleus is placed toward the neck region. The neck is not so distinct. The archegonium is protected by single layer of jacket, or it is also known as jacket layer. At the basal region of the archegonium, many vacuoles are seen at maturity. Next, let us see the male gametophyte. The male gametophyte of cycas. The wind pollination occurs in cycas. At the time of pollination, nucleus of pollen grain or microspore divides into 2 cells. One cell is small prothallal cell and another cell is a large antheridial cell. The antheridial cell divides into 2 unequal cells, that is, the small cell is known as generative cell and the larger cell is known as tube cell. In this way, 3-cell structure is formed. At this stage, by the disintegration of some cells, a pollen chamber is formed. Mucilaginous and at this stage, by the disintegration of some cells, a pollen chamber is formed. A mucilagin pollination drop, that is sticky liquid pollination drop, oozes out from the micropyle. In the liquid, many pollen grains or microspores are gathered and get transferred into the pollen chamber. Next. After 6 to 7 days of pollination, germination of pollen grain takes place in pollen chamber. The tube cell increases in size to form a pollen tube. The hostorial end of pollen tube penetrate the nucellus. Now the generative cell divides into two, that is stalk cell and body cell. Two cells are formed by the division of generative cell. Stalk cell is sterile and increases in size. The body cell increases in size, in which two blepharoplasts appear at the two poles of the nucleus of the body cell. Blepharoblast, it is a small nodule-like structure. The blepharoblasts are star-shaped protoplasmic bodies. The blepharoblast bear cilia. The body cell divides and two antherozoids or sperms are developed. Sperms are formed. Antherozoids or sperms are visible that are liberated by rupturing pollen tube. Next, let us see the details of fertilization in Cycas plant. Cycas, it is a gymnospermy plant. Let us see the fertilization. Fertilization, it is the phenomenon in which fusion of gametes takes place. Let us see the fertilization in Cycas. After breaking of pollen chamber, the archegonial chamber and the pollen chamber merge together, forming a continuous cavity. The sperms reach the neck of the archegonium. Many sperms each reach the egg, but only one gets fused with egg nucleus. In this way, a diploid zygote or oospore is formed after fertilization. The oospore is the beginning of sporophytic generation. Next slide. Let us see details about embryo development in Cycas. Zygote, it is a diploid structure which is formed by the fusion of male and female gamete. It is a diploid. It is also known as oospore. The oospore or zygote divides many times and forms 200 to 300 nuclei, which are distributed throughout the cytoplasm. In Cycas cercinalis, large central vacuole appears in the center and all the nuclei are pushed to the peripheral region. Now the nuclei at the basal region of proembryo divides freely many times and the cell wall begins to appear. In this way, a permanent cell wall are formed at the base of the proembryo. In this manner, the cells are differentiated into three regions. The cell encircling the central vacuole becomes more or less hostorial. The cells immediately beneath get elongated and form suspensor. The cells at the tip remains meristematic. Meristematic tissue, it is highly dividing tissue. Continuously this tissue divides, which divide and produce a proper embryo. The suspensor is long structure. It bears only one embryo. The single successful embryo rapidly grows into the tissue of endosperm, and that endosperm rapidly grow into the tissue of endosperm, and that increases in size for some time. At the base of the embryo, there develops a peculiar structure which is known as coleorhizae, and at the opposite end the stem tip and two cotyledons are produced. This gradually increase into an adult plant. This is all about the reproduction in Cycas.